If you're a fan of over-the-top British accents, then boy are you in for a treat.
Implying Dick Van Dyke didn't have an over-top British accent in the original.
Hey man, it stayed true to form. It stayed true to form. Hey, Peach. Yes. Get her up here so everyone sees her. Yay, okay. Hey everyone, it's me, Aaron.
I'm Michelle, and this is Peach.
And this is our post-Geekout reaction for, what was it, Mary Poppins Returns?
Yes.
Which is the prequel to Mary Poppins Forever, and then Mary Poppins and Robin. Should we wait for you to stop panting? Jeez. Alright, so yeah, this is our review of it, and I think we're going to be coming at this from two very different points of view, because I know you are a big fan of the original Mary Poppins. And I remember shortly after you moved in with me, and you found out I had not seen Mary Poppins, you were mad. You literally were like, no, stop everything you're doing. We're going to find a copy of Mary Poppins. She is eating your whole fist.
Yes.
All right, Peach, chill.
Calm down, baby girl. Calm down.
And I did like the original Mary Poppins when I finally saw it, but you are a much bigger fan.
Yeah, it's like, I pretty much grew up on it.
Yes.
So.
And we have not talked yet about how we felt about this. We like to always just kind of save our opinions until we get here to do this review, so that way we can kind of have like open and live responses to each other's opinions about this. But if I had to guess, I'd say you probably really like this as well.
Yes, I did.
Okay, then.
How do you feel about it?
I really liked about the first half of it, and then I was kind of done. In all honesty.
Yeah, it is a 2-hour and 10-minute movie, which is pretty long for a Mary Poppins movie.
It's like 2 hours and 10 minutes long, and I kept looking at this like, you could have cut half an hour out of this. Like, easy. And I was, in that first, hour, I was like, all right, I'm kind of digging this. But there comes the moment in which they get to the topsy-turvy house, and I was like, I'm good. We don't need to be here anymore.
To be honest, I kind of felt like that after the animation sequence. Like, I got my fill of 2D animation. I am happy. I don't need to see anymore.
And that was really good 2D animation.
It was. I really hope that this movie, brings back 2D animation in movies.
It was really some of the best that I've seen in a while. And it's kind of sad that we don't do that anymore. Because, watching this, it does hit you that it just doesn't... 3D animation does not capture this. But that was also kind of when it started to hit me that this is going on for too long. Because they have, this wonderful musical number. They have, multiple musical numbers inside this 2D world. And the 2D world, it's not like, they go into, a cartoon. This 2D world exists on the side of a china vase. Mm-hmm. And so, they're walking on, porcelain the entire time. So, every step they take is just clink, 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 clink. And it's like, wow, this is, and they're, sliding on, the smooth surface. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I'm really digging everything they're doing with this. And then they get to this big musical fest, and they have a musical number going to the musical fest, and they get there and there's a huge show going on, and I'm all in on this. But then they get to the moment in which there's a villain inside the vase world, and I get that the villain inside the vase world is a metaphor for stuff in the real world going on and all that. But when it got to that point, I was like, no, we're done with the vase world. We don't need a car chase scene now here inside the vase world. And then we get a car chase scene. I was like, we can move this along a little bit now. And then they get to this other big musical number that I was like, I didn't need any part of this. And then after that, I'm not gonna lie, that was the halfway point of this movie. After that, I was like, wrap it up, B. Wrap it up. I'm not trying to say there's nothing good in that second half of the film. That's the thing. It's not any part of this is bad.
No, that's the thing. It's
But I was done. I was out. And again, it was at the halfway point of the film. But I think that this film, it feels like it is made for Mary Poppins fans. Mm-hmm. And it feels like it's not just made for Mary Poppins fans. It feels like it's made for Mary Poppins fans who just wants more Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Just more and more. Just keep it going.
Yeah, I know, some people might complain that this is too much like the first movie, but I felt like, it did take parts from the first movie, but they tweaked it just enough that I'm happy. And
I felt that way too.
Yeah, it's not a complete entire ripoff or anything.
We didn't just do the first movie again. We told another Mary Poppins story. What do you think another Mary Poppins story is going to look like?
Yeah.
It's kind of going to look like that first movie again, folks.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, what do you expect from Mary Poppins? It's magic and whimsy, honestly.
Yeah, it's And she pulls out some new tricks in here.
Jeez,
Man,
Peach, calm down. Calm down, baby girl. Oh my goodness.
I wanted to go to the movies too.
Oh, I know. You want to sing and dance along with that cartoon dog, didn't you?
Yes. Man, she was chill up until we started recording. But basically what this film is that it is the children from the first film. They're now grown up, and the boy, his wife died the year before, so now he's got 3 children, and he took out a loan to pay for the house, and now he can't pay the loan back, so the house is about to just go away. The house is going to go to the bank, and that seems like I should have more to say about that plot, but this movie comes in here, and the plot is there in the beginning, and then it's just like, nope, Mary Poppins is here to take care of these kids. Screw all your big important stuff over there about whether or not you're going to keep the house. And that doesn't really make another appearance for maybe I don't know, a solid half hour. Then there's another solid half hour of it never coming up. And then at the end, that's what the entire ending of the film is all about. But yeah, this film, it is listen, we know why you're here. You don't want to get into all that stuff about is the family going to lose the house and all this stuff about dad trying to connect with their children. No. You're here for Mary Poppins' wonder. And whimsy. That's what this is.
Yeah, but it's at the same time, Mary Poppins always comes when she's needed. In the first movie, she was needed because the parents, the father was not, bonding with his kids.
Yes.
So, she came along and helped with that. In this movie, they're having financial situations, and I guess that's she sort of helped out. I don't know.
Yeah, wait.
No, it's you're stressed out. You need a break. Go swim with dolphins.
Okay, I kind of have a problem with that because she shows up and she says, I'm here to, what's the name of the family? The Bakes?
The Banks family?
Banks family, yes.
Because they own the bank.
Yes. But she says, I'm here to take care of the Banks children. And then the little kids are like, what, us? And goes, oh, yes, you too, I suppose. I was like, oh, she's here this time not just to help the little kids, but also to help the adults. I was like, nah, no. She has no interactions with the adults in here at all. But yeah, from then, it's what's different about this movie from the first one is very small bookends to each act. And then everything in the middle of the act is just Mary Poppins all over again. To the point where they even came up with a new Dick Van Dyke. What was the Dick Van Dyke name in the first one?
It was Bert. But in this one, he's Jack.
And he's someone who trained underneath Bert?
Yeah, basically Bert's apprentice.
It's just Bert all over again.
Yeah, and the thing is, I get it. Mary Poppins is this sort of magic being so she doesn't age, so she can't really be with Bert again.
Yes. That part I absolutely get, but it was and I'm not even complaining. This isn't even a negative that I'm giving this film. That they basically just had Bert all over again. I'm just letting everybody know, they knew who they were making this movie for. Mm-hmm. They were making it for people who just wanted to watch Mary Poppins all over again, but slightly different adventures of Mary Poppins.
Yes.
It's I get it. I understand. I see what you're doing there. And our audience dug it.
Yes.
Our audience was with it. And it's not anybody in here, couldn't sing, couldn't act, couldn't dance.
No.
Everybody was doing what they needed to do. This movie was for the Mary Poppins fans out there because that's the other thing. Again, it's not there's just musical numbers. It's not there's just dance numbers. They're musical and dance numbers that feel like something that you would see in Mary Poppins.
Oh, yeah.
This, honestly, the best way that I can describe it, and it's weird that I'm going to say this when I myself did not enjoy this film all that much, I do have to come in here and say, from my point of view, this is a big fat not screwing it up.
Yes.
This is Mary Poppins is beloved by so many people, and this movie, it could have screwed this up in so many ways. And yeah, it feels like they played it a little bit too safe. Some people could argue that. But at the same time, what they played in there was Mary Poppins.
Yes.
They were able to recapture that magic of the first one.
Yeah, I was kind of worried that, this would be too much like Christopher Robin, the boy losing the magic of childhood and needs to reunite with his best friend.
You didn't even see Christopher Robin. I did, and, right before Mary Poppins arrived, oh man, I thought it was just gonna be Christopher Robin all over again. And in all honesty, I think one of the reasons why they decided not to have as much to deal with the adults in here, why they didn't really delve into the relationship they had with Mary Poppins, why they didn't really delve into all the troubles they were going through and all that, I think a lot of it was they probably just saw the very flat reaction that people had to Christopher Robin, and they were like, do we have time to cut some of this stuff out? Yeah, let's cut some of this stuff out in here. Like,
it's like, we don't really need the depressing adult stuff. We want, like, singing, dancing penguins and stuff, so...
Yeah, which, in all honesty, I do wish that they had more of the adult stuff in here, because, I mean, literally when she shows up, she says that she's here to take care of them, and she's clearly referring to the adults, and I was like, all right, let's see what she's going to do with, like, is she going to teach them how to love, you know, that old, like, teach them how to love again, like, not, like, technically that, but, you know, the old expression. What exactly is she going to do with these adults? Nothing, like, at all. She just takes care of the kids. And the kids, again, it's like a solid hour of them not dealing with any of the problems that are going on in the kid's life, because it's like, yeah, let's just go on a whimsical adventure. And it's like, all right, I guess, all right, fine. Yeah, this is what the movie wanted to be. This is what the movie is. And again, it's like, if that's what you were looking for, I think the movie did a good job. I think this movie gave the people who wanted this exactly what they wanted. That's a very weird phrase. If you want the exact thing that this movie provided you, then this movie provided you the exact thing. You all know what I mean. But yeah, let's see any of the specifics we want to go into on this. I will say, what did you feel about the kids?
Kind of bland.
Yeah.
Except for Georgie. Like, the twins were basically, like, the ones who were in charge and everything. Yeah. I kind of felt like Georgie was, like, the typical mischievous kid. Like, not really mischievous, but curious and adventurous. Like,
I think he was, like, just the typical, like, hyperactive kid.
Yeah.
Like, not even hyperactive,
but like...
the imaginative, like...
Yeah.
Oh, you don't understand, we went on this adventure with Mary, like that, and it's like, I gotta admit, I did not like Georgie. Like, at all. Georgie annoyed the hell out of me. And I agree with you that the older kids were pretty bland, but man, Georgie, I think they lean, maybe it's just like, I can't judge kid actors or whatever. Maybe it's like, no, that is actually a great interpretation of a child at that age in this time period, but man, he seemed like, you want to talk about how these films just are super stereotypically British? That is the most stereotypical British child I have ever seen outside of a horror film. This kid couldn't have been more of a stereotypical British child if he turned out to be Damien. Wait, was Damien Brit? I want to say he was Brit. Whatever. You know what I mean. There's creepy British children in horror films all the time. But no, it seemed like he was just so, like, leaning into being, like, the mommy, like that, like, super stereotypical British child. I was like, oh my god. I don't know if I can deal with this kid. So yeah, honestly, that's another reason why I wasn't really that into this film all that much, is that Georgie was a little bit too much for me.
I guess so, but like, once again, we're here for Mary Poppins. I don't really care much for the kids. Right. So, I mean, the kids are basically her excuse for going on whimsical adventures, yes. So...
let's see. Man, this movie's over 2 hours, and I feel like I've already said everything that I need to say about this film.
There was where, the husband was singing, and I think you were crying at that part.
What?
Like, he was...
I guarantee you I did not cry at this movie.
I thought I saw you, like, tearing up, or like...
Oh, no. I was rolling my eyes because my allergies have been going nuts. I have had the itchiest eyes today.
Like, because it was supposed to be, like, a sentimental song where he's, like, singing about how he misses his wife.
Yeah.
So, my bad. I thought you had a heart.
I do. I just save them for films that earn it. Don't go toe-to-toe with me on this film. Like, I'm being nice for your sake on this.
Fair enough.
I know you like this. I'm holding back on this.
No, I hate this movie.
Listen, I admit openly, when I cry in a movie, no, man, I was just like, oh, God, all right, fine. Like, anytime Mary Poppins wasn't on screen, I was just like, all right, come on, let's just get to Mary Poppins. Then Mary Poppins was on screen. I was like, yeah, all right, this is actually really fun.
To be honest, I was like that, too, when I was a little kid. So, I guess I can't really blame you for that.
Oh, all right. But yeah, even then, halfway through this movie, I was like, and I'm out. I'm finished. I don't need any more of this. Now you're dancing upside down on the ceiling. That's nice. That's great. Wish I had to watch now so I could look at it and tell how much longer I have in this film. All right, yeah, like I remember when they got to the musical number with the chimney sweeps, which, again, you want to talk about how this movie is a little bit too much like the first film? Like, I felt like the chimney sweep number was like, dude, this is just the thing from the last film. Like, we literally...
Not the chimney sweeps, they're lamp-lighters now. So.
Oh my god, who cares?
It doesn't matter. There are a bunch of guys who sing around and dance in the dark.
There are a bunch of guys covered in soot and, like, scrappy street fellow guys in this exact type of hat. Running around like, oh yeah, blah, 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 and then it's like they sing a song about and dance on rooftops. And it's literally like almost like they just went, well, we have to do that exact thing from the first film all over again. It's like, yeah, that was the one which I felt they went too much.
Yeah.
But it was also the moment in which, like, I can't lie, I was just like, oh my god, finish this movie. It's over with at this point. I don't mean to be getting too aggressive on this thing, but yeah, like, I was out. I was done at that point. And the ending of this film, I kind of enjoyed. I did, like, it got me back in there a little bit. The ending got me back in there. There was a weird cameo at the very end, and is the lady who sells balloons. Like, that's all I'll say. I won't say who it is that's selling them. The lady who sells balloons, like, what's the deal with her? Like, was she in the original and I just don't know this? She was? Okay. All right, cool. All right.
Well, I guess we can go into spoilers, but...
No, we need to give our score first.
Okay.
You know how this works. We do 3 endings a week.
I'll tell you in the spoilers.
You said I guess we can... Okay.
I just say, I guess I'll tell you in the spoilers.
All right. Anything else to say about this film?
I kind of felt like the plot was predictable.
Oh, well, it's literally the first Mary Poppins again.
No, I meant like we have to save the house kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, mostly because, well, I kind of saw what happened already, so...
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty predictable, but again, we're not really here for that.
No, it's like, we're here for the musical numbers and the pretty effects and the dancing, and
yeah.
We got all that. So.
And I also gotta say, who is it that plays Mary Poppins in this? Is it Emily Blunt?
Yes.
Yes. Man, she nailed that!
Mm-hmm.
She is absolutely, like, spot on in that role. I think that she absolutely captured, like, her wit and, like, this sense of, I don't want to say, like, cockiness to her, but, like, this sense of, like, being better than other people. Like, I don't want to say it like that because it makes it sound like she's a snob, but it's just that feeling that she has that, like, no, we all know she's better than us.
Like, that's literally her motto. Perfect, practically perfect in every way.
Yeah,
so.
That's it. It's like she captures that feeling in Mary Poppins. Is like, no, she's smarter, faster, stronger than all of us. Yeah. She just comes down the umbrella. Do-do-do-do-do. That's not the $6 Million Man theme. It is, yes. Okay, I nailed it. You're all wrong. I was correct.
All right, so what's your score?
Goddamn. If I'm being totally honest with you, it's a 6.
Fair enough. I think I'll probably, like, give it an 8.
Yeah.
Because, like, the first one, I would probably, like, give, like, a 9, maybe even a 9.5.
Yeah, because you're a big fan of the first one. So what's keeping this one from being not as good as the first one?
Well, like you said, it felt like it dragged on a bit more, and it did feel like they were repeating a lot of the first movie, but, like, the stuff that they did repeat was stuff that I enjoyed in the first movie, so I'm not really that upset with it.
And they were able to recapture.
Yeah, exactly. They were able to recapture the magic of the first movie. So.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, if they could cut half an hour out of this film, I'd bump this thing easily up to a 7, maybe, 7.5, maybe even an 8, because there were moments in which I was really digging this film. Like, there's a good solid half hour in this movie in which I was, like, on board, like, oh man, I'm right there with you. And then it just kept going and going and going, and I was like, yep. All right, now. Hey, Peach. You like whistles, don't you?
Yes.
All right. So spoiler time. Yeah, okay, so why is Angela Lansbury in here?
Huh?
Angela Lansbury.
She played Mary Poppins.
Wait, Angela, like Murder, She Wrote, played Mary Poppins?
I could have sworn she did. I don't know. Check IMDb. I thought...
What? Because Angela Lansbury is Murder, She Wrote, right?
Is she?
Peach, are you going to eat my phone? Are you going to eat my phone? Yes. After an exhaustive study, we have come to the conclusion that no, Angela Lansbury was not Mary Poppins.
Sorry, my bad.
That was Julie Andrews.
Yes.
I was about to say, it's like, no, I know Murder, She Wrote.
She was in Bedknobs and Broomsticks, which is pretty much a Mary Poppins knockoff, according to some people, so...
That's fair. But now it just makes it all the more confusing. Like, why the hell is she in this movie? Why the hell is she in, like, what? It's so weird that she has a cameo at the very tail end of this movie. Like, Dick Van Dyke has a cameo in here.
Yeah, but it makes sense because he was in the first movie. He even played the old man in the first movie, so of course he comes back again to play the old man again.
Yeah, and man, the audience dug that.
Oh yeah, they loved that.
The audience applauded that moment, yeah. But now I'm just even more confused. Why is Murder, She Wrote in this movie? I don't know. If you know the reason why, leave it in the comments down below. Like, I'm confused. But yeah. Aside from that, there's really, like, no other really big spoiler things in here, because it's literally just, let's just watch Mary Poppins go on whimsical adventures.
Yeah, but I was like, I guess, like, the plot, like, they have to, like,
They end up finding that a drawing that the dad did, which, by the way, again, they need to come back to the dad more, because, like, the entire plot revolves around them finding an old drawing of his, and I'm like, I forgot you wanted to be an artist. I forgot that entire plotline. Which, by the way, did you notice that when this guy is so bad with money, that when he gives the kids money to go out to the grocery store, Georgie makes this comment about how, like, can't an artist make money? It's like, no, artists can't make money. Well, I guess I can. And he takes out a piece of paper. He draws, like, a $10 bill on it. And goes, here, now you have 10 there, Georgie. It's like, yay! Georgie holds it up. He's holding a check. It's literally a check on the other side. It's like, maybe cash that? I don't know. Maybe if you're strapped for cash.
Well, he specifically said that the mother always took care of the finances because she was always bad at it.
It does make sense.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. All right. But like, I couldn't, like, does no one else see that? It's right there.
Maybe it's like symbolism or foreshadowing because he drew on the back of his certificate for the bank.
It may be. I'm not gonna like rule that out. And also, it could have been intentional to be like, no, this is how bad with money he is. Like, it could have been a joke that like was that, so subtle that I was like, what is that?
Well, that being said, I'm glad he's not basically like the same as his father was before him, like being very strict in all business. And he actually
that was Colin Firth in this film. There was a moment in which I actually thought Colin Firth was going, because Colin Firth hadn't popped up for a while. I thought they were going to do a flashback and Colin Firth was going to play his dad. Because I was like, man, he is absolutely perfect to play that role.
Yeah.
And then he pops up in here as like the mean, evil banker guy. And I was like, oh, it's kind of his dad.
Yeah.
Just not, his dad wasn't evil.
Just like very strict, but that's it.
But yeah, so like at the end of this, Georgie tapes up Kite and he like cuts up the dad's picture to like glue up the holes in the kite, and then they discover that the thing that he drew the drawing on was the stocks in the bank that their dad owned, which they needed to pay off their loan. I guess he is bad with money. I guess, like, they admit it. They say it in the movie. So I was like, all right. So that's...
Yeah, but it's like you said, there are, like, a lot of places where it felt like it could have cut off, but it just kept going. Like, oh, we have 5 minutes left. Oh, close the door anyway. He's not gonna make it. Like, stuff like that.
I don't even know about that much in there. Although it is weird to me that there's like a big action sequence at the end of this, them like having to do a race against time, and then like all the like lamplighters have to like climb up the top of Big Ben, which in all honesty they set that up.
Yes, they did. I like the way they set that up.
That actually was good. That actually was really good. I like that, and like our audience loved that reveal at the end when the time is actually correct now. Which here's something weird about this film is that. And it's one of the reasons why this film felt a little bit off to me. I should have brought this up in the regular part of the review. But the film, it did feel a little bit off to me. And I realized early on what it was. When we see the sea captain guy across the street and he's lighting off a can at the top of every hour. In the original film, when you had stuff like that, because that was actually in the original film.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. When you had that in the original film, everything looked like a set. So it felt kind of like make-believe. It felt like a play, so it fit better to me. here, that is an actual house. This is an actual city street that we're on. Like, it all feels very real. So when you have the weird whimsical stuff like that in there, it felt very out of place to me.
Yeah, I think sometimes that's when the advanced CGI kind of ruins the magic.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, that was another reason why I couldn't quite get into some parts of this. Like, whenever it just went, like, full Mary Poppins, I was like, all right, good, I'm totally fine with this. But there were the moments where it's like, no, Mary Poppins isn't even here yet. We're just in a wonderful, whimsical, like, version of England, even though we are still during the Great Depression. And I was like, it's just so, it's weird. It just feels so slightly off to me. So that's another reason why I just couldn't get quite fully invested in this film.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I did still, like, when it's a Mary Poppins film, and it's, like, shortened and contained, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so we both enjoyed the film, just you, the Mary Poppins fan, enjoyed it way more. But again, this was a film made for Mary Poppins fans. So if you enjoyed it, it did its job. But also, I really hope that this kind of, like, introduces a whole new, like, audience of kids out there to Mary Poppins. And I think it will, because I don't think kids are going to get, kind of bored like I did at certain parts of this. Like, I think when they just keep going on to one weird, whimsical thing after another, like, I think kids will be on board with it.
Yeah, I feel like it's when they start discussing, like, the bank and stuff is when kids start to lose interest.
Yeah, this film was just totally like, you know what, forget all the story. Kids don't care about that. Just move this thing along to be fun and whimsical. So it's like, all right, cool, fine, whatever. Yeah, that's it. That's our review of Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins Returns.
Yes, there we go.
Don't get confused with the first one.
We are now heading into January, which means it's dump month. It means that there is nothing coming out now. So I don't know what we're gonna be reviewing next week. Maybe we'll do that Black Mirror thing on Netflix everyone's talking about. That'd be a weird one to do a post-Geekout reaction on, because nobody's gonna have the same experience with it. Maybe we'll just do a Let's Play of it.
Maybe.
I don't think we can actually do that. That'd be copyright.
Like, maybe we could just, like, stream ourselves while we're playing it.
We can literally just stream pictures of our face on front of a camera. It's the same thing. But yeah, anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Come on next time. Bye.
Bye.